I've been thinking a lot about life lately.
Yeah? How so?
I just feel like it is all about connections.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
Yeah, like serendipitous and also, intentional connections.
I've been thinking about that too. And I've been thinking about it through the prism of arpeggios.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, like if arpeggios were people, they would be those like people that network.
Oh yeah.
A lot. They make those connections.
They'd be wearing power suits.
Oh, they'd have LinkedIn profiles
without question.
that they like are constantly updating and like
sure.
emailing people.
Oh yeah.
They'd be wearing suits.
They would, yeah, exactly. They would have a briefcase.
Power suits.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
What would be in that briefcase?
Maybe nothing, but it's the point.
It's like a symbol. It's
like,
a symbol of power. Huh?
Yeah. If you have a suit, a tie, are holding a briefcase, empty or not, and you look at your watch, it's like importance.
Yeah.
That's
networking.
what I see. Yeah. He is on the way to the next.
They have like calendars on their phone that other arpeggios update.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly.
They don't make their own appointments.
Mm-hmm. No, they're not time for that.
Yeah. Arpeggios, networking.
Yeah.
I say let's showcase some of these.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take two pentatonic shapes that hopefully you're familiar with because I'm only going to gloss over them. And I'm going to show you an arpeggio shape that links the two of them together. Why are we doing that? So that when you're playing lead, you can musically and efficiently go from one shape to the next, right? Maybe you want to play a harmony to something you just played. Maybe, whatever the case may be.
The beauty of the pentatonic scales is the ease of use that you can do cool stuff with.
That's right.
Right? Just like that. And the beauty of arpeggios is you can musically and fluidly move throughout a piece.
That's right.
So to combine these, I think is a very valuable thing that I use a lot in my own playing. I know you do that.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
So look, the first thing is A minor pentatonic, shape 1, pattern 1, whatever you...
Probably the first scale I ever learned.
5th fret here, right? And then, you right here on the 8th fret, right? And
5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8.
Right.
There
so
it is.
the next shape is that's the minor pentatonic technically. You're starting on A. Next shape would be the major pentatonic. We're starting on C, right? So it's just 8, 10, right? And then 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, back to 8, 10, right? You get the idea.
Beautiful.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use the A minor arpeggio to link between these two. This is a shape that you've seen me use a lot. I've helped you guys learn this, and we actually just used it in a very recent lesson. We're going to start here on the 5th fret, put our pinky down here on the 8th fret of the low E, that's the minor 3rd, hit the 5, which is the 7th fret of the A string, hit the octave, right? Now,
A, C, E, A.
That's it. Now here's the thing. You could bar this and go... But first of all, that puts you into like Stairway to Heaven territory, A.
That's right.
B, it is not... it's not moving you anywhere. You're in the same exact shape. So we're going to do... What my favorite thing is we're going to slide from the 3 to the 5, which is the 9th fret of the G string, right? And then right here, A on the 10th fret, 8th fret here. Now, I want you to visualize everywhere where we are, where that pentatonic shape is, right? So, I'm sorry, right? And then, so you're just, wherever you want to stop during this pattern, right? Like Sean is excellent at this. So, you start here, and now you choose to play pentatonic.
Sure. So like an example that I do a lot is like maybe I'll start in the same thing, but instead of kind of going through the pentatonic, because that sounds, everybody knows that sound. Break it up a little bit, maybe like that's just a 1, 3, 5, 7, A minor 7.
Right. Yep.
And then it's kind of like, all right, you're starting with an arpeggio, and you don't even have to play it like this. You can maybe like...
Exactly, yeah.
I kind of like those slides.
Yep.
And that's all just kind of like seeing the chord shape and the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But then now this is taking it one step further, where you maybe go through.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's the idea. So, what I would recommend is actually starting here on the 10th fret of the D string, and you're going to walk back that major pentatonic shape, right? And so and then once you get here, can come back to your and that's like just pentatonic, right? It sounds really boxy. So you could do what Sean was talking about, and you can like, slide back to that minor 7. It's really endless. So the goal is to identify these patterns, and then use the arpeggios to do kind of,
the networking.
Yeah, exactly.
They make the phone calls.
Right.
They set the appointments.
So-
They pay for dinner most of the
You
time.
know what? Let's talk about like practical uses. So we're riffing, we're in a band, and we're like, right, and then you want to do something else, right? So, right, exactly.
I think so much of what makes players unique is how they transition through shapes.
Right.
Right? Like if you listen to like almost any guitar solo I've ever done,
Yeah.
I kind of like I'll make my way into that minor pentatonic shape at some point
Yeah,
or
of
another.
course.
I might be able to disguise it better
Yeah.
in other instances, but I always am cognizant of
Oh, I
that I'm
shamelessly
there.
use
right?
that,
It's
yeah.
always there, and then I always kind of
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, all right, I'm into this shape. I usually transition into the same thing if I'm doing that kind of sound, and then into the next one, right, over and over again.
Right.
So use some of these as examples, but really try to find out how you like to switch between these shapes.
That's right.
And have those arpeggios in your back pocket.
Right. So once you've gotten down this lesson, there's some additional homework that we're not going to go over, right? So practice skipping strings, right? Within this, practice like, whatever, practice motifs.
Yeah.
Practice like, right, going up a couple notes, coming back a note. All things that we've gone over, and practice moving it to another key. This is in A minor specifically because we are on the 5th fret here, starting this pattern. This is the solar system that we are. This is our sun. So if you move this to the 12th fret and do everything we just did, you're now in E minor. So practice transposing. Practice, being creative and exploring these shapes, because that's what this is all about: is becoming your own arpeggio player.
God, that's beautiful. I think we can end it just like that.
That's beautiful.